nicht small. Hey everyone, welcome back. It's already that time of the week. I'm already home for a week, guys. It's been a week since I'm home. Isn't that unbelievable? And yeah, it's Clash Royale time. And we didn't have a tournament on Wednesday. We didn't have a tournament on... wow, this looks weird over here since I have to combine the chat again and not only the YouTube chat. Some fonts look really weird. Chief, tu parles français? Oui, 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 je do. Yes, I do. Un peu. Actuellement, j'ai eu de 6 ans à l'école. So we didn't have a tournament on Wednesday. We didn't have a tournament on Friday. It was all about Crown Championship. And maybe I'm not the only one that is already tilted. A little bit. Guys, I was playing this game after the stream so long yesterday. And tried different stuff, different decks and so. And so we gotta have a tournament today, but it's not that easy, guys. There is a challenge for you. And yeah, by the way, where's the challenge text? Yeah, there you go. At 100 likes, guys. So get going. Start liking the video. At 100 likes, we're gonna create and open the tournament. Yeah, that's the text. The old text, it's up here. 100 likes. I'll create it and 100 players will join the 2000 gems tournament. That's the plan. So, okay, we're gonna leave that up there. Now I'm actually ready for a friendly battle or a challenge. Whatever we should do, I don't know. Should we play one of the decks? One of those insane decks here? Or should we play a friendly? Let me first of all read the chat, guys. Come on, give him likes, says Prokill. How many likes do we have? Let me check. Maybe we already have some likes. Let's see. Yeah, 28 already, guys. You're fast. You're fast. 28. Only 30 watching. How 100 likes? It's 39 right now. And so we're gonna get those likes. Major Gamer. Ebarb, Wizard, Hawk Rider. Guys, I tried a variation yesterday, and the funny thing is, I tried this deck here, and I replaced the Infernal Dragon with E-Barbs, and with that I made 10 wins. 10 wins. I tried again this morning because I thought, wow, that works, and I failed! I completely failed! It's so weird. It depends so much on matchmaking and starting deck luck and stuff. It's really difficult, really difficult. It's certainly not the only thing that counts, but yeah, that's really weird and difficult. So, come on, let's give him more likes as Pro Killer. Make me mod. Currently we don't do new mods. Maybe soon we need new mods. I don't know yet. I'm a bit tired, Joe Thomas. Thanks for asking, because I can't even tell. I was playing so long yesterday. I could as well have continued streaming, but we streamed 4 hours, and yeah, after that I played some more, tried new decks. So Major Gamer shared his decks with E-Barbs. Many play E-Barbs. Many E-Barbs are there. Dang, I'm speaking so loud with the headphones. I know. Meta Knight in the house. Nova Daniel is here. Hello. Cool, tu parles un peu. Oui, j'ai eu 6 ans à l'école, mais j'ai oublié tout. Je pense que j'ai oublié tout le français. Kyle, hey! And Sick, my duck, welcome and thanks for the sub. Joe Stammers, hey, Pro Killer. Today is a bit more relaxed. I'm not trying so desperately to win the Crown Championship anymore. I made it to 6 or 8 wins max. Let's check. I'm not even sure. I was so bad. Where is it there? You can see how many matches I played. I played some classic challenges there. 6, 4, 3. I was basically just fooling around and trying stuff. It's not even showing all of them. That's weird. 2 hours. Ah, it's only showing the last few, so we can't even tell. Okay. We can't even tell. The last thing it shows here is the Coke Esports Tournament and my last tournament number 188. That's what it shows. But actually I can show you a battle while I'm talking here. A battle I did. Deathstroke, hey, Pro Killer. Dyslexic Stoner in the house. Lobster Low. Meta Knight. Max Clash of Clans. Abhishek Nayal. Precious Uwoji. That's an interesting name. Netherlandish Crips Ager. Big shout out to all the people from the Netherlands. Came in from Twitch to YouTube. Like YouTube better, says Just Bender saying. Yeah, and there's more viewers on YouTube. Twitch is actually today pretty good with 10 viewers. But usually more viewers on YouTube. So yeah, let's scroll to the bottom here of the chat, or I missed the new stuff in the chat, so that's bad too. Low weird command. By the way, do the commands work? 1967 is also from the Netherlands. Hey, please do a friendly battle. Yeah, we can do friendly battles. Fire Flash in the house. Hey, let me check this. Do the commands still work? Nothing happens. I just entered the command and it doesn't seem to... Ah, there you go. It just takes hell of a time. One of Avalon's amazing and loyal subscribers. He rules the chat with an iron fist. Fire's in the house. Okay, let's fast forward this replay here. It's just a replay. So let's fast forward the replay. Game with Vincente. Yeah, guys, and don't worry, the tournament hasn't been created yet. At 100 likes, I will create it. Hey, bad Avalon. No, Expo, that's mine. Stadio over Mortar. Actually, in ladder, I think Mortar is better. But in tournaments, Expo is probably better. I'm tilted. I tilted yesterday. My Mortar! So fast! Hella fast! Okay, is that better? Like super slow-mo. Dang, this was a long battle. You guys want to see it? Play your Arena of Valor. I like the Mortar. That's the real Skyfy. And Royal Giant. Any Royal Giant. I'm not playing Royal Giant. Ah, there. There's the goal. This takes too long. This battle takes so long. Such a long battle. ChiefAvalon, today here aren't much. Let's do the tourney at 50. No, we'll get to 100. No worry. We have to give it some time to rise. Give it time. We just started the stream. It's gonna be 100 very soon. Just everybody make sure to like the video. Tell your friends to join the stream and watch ChiefAvalon. We're back today with a tournament. That reminds me to check whether all those notifications went out. Yeah, it looks like. Animal Plays retweeted, good. I didn't share it though. Yeah, let me share it in the app. So much of a hassle though. Okay. Maybe Plex is working. Let's see. You seriously? I just joined the tournament. Are you serious? Glad to be back after a long time. BB5790. Good. Yeah, you all can practice in the tournament. And I'm also very curious how the new meta is in tournaments. I haven't played the tournament since the new meta is out. So let's put this here in the chat. YouTube. I should have a shortcut. .com/ChiefAvalon/live. There you go. Okay. Okay, guys. Let's play a friendly. Let's play a friendly. Somebody invite me for a friendly. Are we connected with the friends? Sometimes we're not connected. Oh, dang, I clicked the friends tab. Ah, it works. Hey, we dropped from 1,500 friends to 973. I don't know how that happened. Maybe because it reset the in-game friends. I don't know. Still so many. Still so many. Alfie LC. Okay, we're gonna accept. First, we gotta select the deck, guys. Shall we stay? No. Staying is bad. Let's play this. And let's play this against Lobster Low. Let's play Lobster Low. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Yeah, there you go. That took long. Dang. Why did it take so long? The tourney. Le tournoi. Tournament is... As soon as we have 100 likes, I will create a tournament. That's the plan. Is that actually... Was that smart? I don't know. Probably not as smart as I thought. Please drop an Inferno Tower. No, Pekka. Our Pekka won! Yes! Hooray! Our Pekka won! Hog Rider! There you go, little Hog Rider boy. Oh no. Oh no, not good. He's still targeting my tower. Damn it. That wasn't the plan. That absolutely was not the plan. Let's lightning this guy. There we go. Bad lightning. I don't think it was smart though, but it was fun at least. Veka, thanks for the sub. Uh-oh, now he's getting serious. He's getting so serious. Uh-oh. Let's pull him. Does that work? Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. Yeah, like now, it just doesn't. Okay. Okay, that's definitely a weird strategy. A totally weird strategy we applied here. I know. I somehow can pull this Pekka. Yeah, okay. Bad. Very bad. Oh no. Damn it. The Pekka moved out of range. The Hawk moved out of range. Not even one hit. Come on. Not nice. Should give us at least one hit. Really? Really? Going for my Pekka again? Oh! He's killing us with chip damage! Ah, and the tornado! He's killing us with chip damage and the tornado! One more! Ah! We gotcha! Good game. Good game, Lobster! Well played. That was fun. RC Hater is back. So, I missed the chat. Hey Stoner, what's up? 91 viewers, guys! So we get to 100 likes pretty quickly. So, 100 likes, I'll create... Look at this pussy here. 100 likes, I will create the tournament and let 100 people join. So get ready. Fireflash, ChiefAvalon, I can create a 50 people turn before your turn is start. No, you don't. Don't have to. We're soon there, I guess. Let me know once we have 100. The chat's really fast. Mr. Travakos, hey, how you doing? Like the stream, everyone. Okay, I wasn't trying. Zocker's in the house. Hey, Zocker. Avalon, it won't let me donate 5. I don't know. I don't know why. Either Gaming. Hey. Eduardo. So, Avalon, it won't let me donate. I don't know. I can't donate either, actually. I used to be able to donate, but I can't anymore. I don't know what it is. Soccer in the house. Hey, hey. Dang, the chat is kind of fast, guys. So, let me quickly check how many likes we got. 66. So we're getting closer. Yeah, all those people here inviting me for battles. So let's do this. And somebody is in a battle already. Lobster is in a battle. Numero uno. Let's play with numero uno. I tried to donate £10. That would be amazing, but you don't have to. Never think you have to. You don't. If you want to support, it's awesome, but never feel like you have to. So, uh-oh, not good. Let's see what he does. If we play the same. Nice. Ah, tornado. Very annoying tornado. We don't get a single hit. Yes, one axe. One axed. The tower's been one axed. Now, what's next? What's next? I'm ready to drop my weapon. There you go. I could have pulled him to the tower though. Maybe that would have been better. Maybe. Just maybe. We don't have lightning. That's weird. I already wasted my lightning just for the fun. Shall we log? No. Nah. He was on the fly, but we hit him. We hit him hard. Oh, dang. No. Ah, too late. Damn it. The log's too late. Okay, it's time to pull. Okay, that didn't work because of that annoying prince. So it was a nice push. Whew. No, don't always pull my hog. This is so annoying. Stop pulling my hog every single time. Stop pulling my hog every time. We don't like it. Stop doing that. Stop playing your executioner. I think we cannot get there. It's too late. Too late. Too late. Well played. Well played. What is this? Distracting me here. Okay, guys, let's see. Chief, can I join your clan? I think it's full. It's usually full. Oh, sub to my channel, please. Hey, don't advertise. Don't advertise. I shouldn't read that aloud. Hector Clash Bonilla, thanks for the sub. And also Andro Xenon and Basti's Own, thanks for the sub. And then also we have some Twitch followers. Eduardo and Marco Reus Jr., thanks for the follow. Awesome. Oh, the chat's really fast. I'm sorry if I missed some messages maybe. Mr. Travaco says, hey Avalon, can you DM me? I PlayStation Network gift card, please, it's my birthday. I don't have a PlayStation gift card. Congrats to 14k, thank you so much. Actually, I lost 500 subs, but thanks anyways. Turny name, it's not created. At 100 likes, guys. 100 likes of this YouTube live stream. We're on 75, we have 91 viewers. So, it's not that far away. At 100 likes, I will create the tournament. By the way, can you hear the game sound? I did some small adjustments here, and I hope you can still hear the game sound. Just gonna accept. Let's do one more friendly battle, maybe with another deck. Maybe let's play... What about this dirty thing here? The dirty deck. Who just subbed? Andrew Gamer, thanks for the sub. 2v2 is coming back. Yeah, I'm super hyped for that. Super hyped for 2v2. I'm super hyped for 2v2 coming back. So let's do a friendly battle. My favorite arena though is Frozen Peak. Kadir Khan Koskun, thanks for the sub. Yeah, everybody, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Do not only like, also sub. 80 likes, yeah, it's going fast. It's going fast. Let's drop the dirty golem here. And he's pumping, so we're lucky on that one. Shall we rocket the pump? Nah. Shall we? I don't know. I don't know. Would be a waste. I don't know. Let's just push. Let's just try to push first. We can rocket now. Here. That's a nice rocket. Unfortunately, we have no more stuff to support. Oh, dang. Oh, that was late. Come on, quick! That's bad. I didn't expect the expo, to be honest. I'm playing it myself and completely forgot about the expo. Who uses pump with expo? Isn't that weird? He uses pump with expo. That's weird. You speak Spanish. Un poquito. Hablo un poquito. When is the next? At 15,000 subs, there is the 10k tournament. Damn it. That was bad. I wasted my rocket. Now what do we do? I think we still push. Gamer Archon, thanks for the sub. He's pumping so heavy. He's got Expo, Inferno Tower and Pump. That's a weird deck. Blue Thunder, what the heck are you playing? I'm happy it's not a real match. Adrian Boston, thanks for the sub. No. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. But the rocket may be too late. Another one. Yeah, that's gonna be hard. I mean, with Inferno Tower and Expo, it's almost impossible to get there. Mario Ortego, thanks for the sub. We can't get there. It's impossible. With only 22 seconds. Maybe we could have just played Rocket. Maybe we could have just defended and played Rocket. Maybe that would be smart. Maybe that would be smart. Ashmade, stop the spam. Tell G if you remember me. Ashmade Kumar. Avalon. Yes, I think I might remember you. I think so. Okay. Let me check the likes. Let me check those likes. We're on 90. So only 10 more likes. You guys want me to create that tournament. You're starved. You're so thirsty for tournaments. No tournaments while Avalon was gone for 3 weeks. And now we do tournaments again. And once we hit those 15,000 subs, we lost 500. But once we hit 15,000, we're gonna have the 10k tournament. The RG hater. Oh, that means we should play RG or what? Should we play RG? What is this deck? Oh, that's a funny deck. Let's play this one. Let's play Supercell with a funny deck. Or the RG hater. I don't know, one of them. Woo! Beast mode, hey! Okay. Can you say happy birthday to me? Happy birthday, Mr. Travacos! Fire Flash, happy birthday, Mr. Travacos! We wish you an awesome birthday! How come he's playing that stuff? Who the heck is playing that stuff? This is actually a level 1 deck that I'm playing here. So don't expect it to be successful. It can be successful though, you never know. Sometimes they turn out to be really strong. Like they contain stuff people don't expect. Like here my giant actually gets to the tower. Tournament has been created? No, not yet. At 100 likes we'll create it. Come on, fireball! Woo! What about... He's pumping so heavy. Let's try to punish a pump. It's rather let's punish a prince. It was rather let's punish the prince. Let's punish that prince. Ah, there you go. That's what we thought. We need some distraction. It's super tough. No, 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 no. Ah, damn it. So hard to defend. So hard to defend. And he already has the next golem here. But we had first tower though. He can never take that from us. We had first tower. 100 likes, hey! Like, we had first tower. He can never take that from us. With the level 1 deck. Shout out to the fake Skyfy. 100 likes, you guys are fast. Only 30 minutes. Okay, so let's go and create that tournament. Actually, I gotta switch to this screen here. No, not this one. This one. Let's create... I actually got to check. You guys, I hope you're not lying. Let's see. Yeah, we got 102 likes. Awesome. So, let's create the tournament. Let's create tournament number 189. Tournament 189. So we call it ChiefAvalon YouTube number 189. Not like this. YouTube tourney number 189. Okay. Ah, to be in tourneys, follow, subscribe, watch. That sounds good. Okay, and we're gonna make the password Ashmit Kumar. Tell my name. I already did tell your name. How many gems? It's a 2000 gems turn. So that's the password. Then let's make it 2000 gems. And I think that's it. That's it. It's been a while. So there you go. It's been created. Let's see. Let's see. Yes. It worked. There you go. There's the tournament. It's been created. The 2000 gems tournament. Now, let me give you the password. And remember, the password is always in the chat first. Because the video is a bit slower than the chat. So I will post the tourney name. You see it on the screen already. The tourney name is ChiefAvalon. Yeah, let's get that hype, guys. Are you actually hyped? I don't see the hype yet. Are you guys hyped for the tournament? Give me that hype in the chat. Give me that hype first. It's been 4 weeks since we had the last tournament. It's been a long time. Yeah, there you go. C-Team's got the hype. Fireflash, let's do the hype. Hype, hype. JME's got the hype. Cool. Yes, sir. BB is hyped as F, you know. You know what it is. Hype, hype. The hype is real. The real Skype is hyped. Colorful Wolf is hyped. So, guys. This is how it works. I will share the password in the chat. The tourney name is ChiefAvalon, as always. So you'll find that easy. We're gonna let 100 people join. We currently have 100 viewers. We have 100 likes. We're gonna let 100 people join. I close it afterwards. And then at 150 likes, we're gonna open it and start it when it's full. That's the deal, guys. So once again, I'm gonna let 100 people join. I close it at 150. I'm gonna open it and fill it and start it. That's the deal. Okay, guys, are you ready to join? Tourney name ChiefAvalon. Get ready. The password will be in the chat in a second. It's actually very easy password. Very easy password. City's got the hype. Hey, hey. And King Willith. I'm reading Twitch over there. I'm reading YouTube here. And both of them reading here. But here with no colors. And that's more difficult. Okay, the password is restart. That's the password. Mr. Travaco's got the hype. Nova Daniel's got the hype. It start. What the heck? Yes, people joining. There you can see how it feels. 100 people. 100 people. 100 awesome, amazing viewers. And then I close it. And at 150, we're gonna open it again. And start it. Password is restart. Restart. Because we had a break for 4 weeks. Therefore, the password is restart. We're on 52. 52. Alvaro, eres muestro de Clash Royale. Alvaro is actually cool. I made once a battle with Alvaro in the live stream. And yeah, he beat me, unfortunately. So, 73 people in. 73. 73. Avalon got to number 8. And look at my deck, please. Yeah, we can do some decks if you like. Let's do some decks. 85. Let's pick some random decks. I'm in. Colorful Wolf. Cool. So the password is restart. 91. 9 more before we close it. 93. Can I post my Discord link in here? Fire. You can if you like. Satin joined. Awesome. Awesome. 96. 96. 99. Let's get ready to close it. 100. Now, where do I close it though? Dang, I'm out of practice. Change. Okay. It's closed. We're at 108. We're on 107. Somebody just left. The que país eres, Avalon? Avalon es de Suiza. Avalon is from Switzerland. It's Norby. So I just closed it. 107 people are already in, eagerly waiting for the tourney to start. But before we start it, Luca, thanks for the sub. Remember, it's for subscribers. So subscribe to get into the tournament. And we're on 112 likes. So 38 little more likes to open and start it. Awesome. And in the meantime, let's check some decks. Let's check some decks of the people that are in. Number 19, for example. Let's check number 19. Clickbait God. He's on... Who was that? Luca Love Burridge. Thanks for the sub. And Skill433. Thanks for the follow. So, yeah. From Sandstorm, USA. His favorite card, the P.E.K.K.A. This is the deck. P.E.K.K.A. Hog Rider. I think it's a pretty strong deck. Shall I try this one? It's very similar to the one I just played. You can put it on slot number 5. Okay, who's next? Ramiz Games, number 83. 83. 83, let's see. 83. There you are. 83, Ramiz. Christine Katz, thanks for the sub. Awesome. Welcome to Avalon. By the way, guys, here's my Discord. Discord. This is my YouTube. And this is my Twitter. And yeah, I haven't finished my last travel log episode yet. And I want to publish it tomorrow. Vuk Milosev, thanks for the sub. I already seen that over there. So it's actually a lot slower here on the screen. So yeah, that's Ramiz. Favorite card Minion Horde at the moment. And he's playing this deck here. Hog Rider Goblin Banner. Nice one. He's level 11. So next random pick from the chat. I'm gonna pick it over here because that's what you see. I'm gonna pick number 4. LM Games. Number 4. Number 4. Let's see number 4. Come on, number 4. Number 4. I don't know what that is. But yeah, favorite card Expo. Expo Goblin Baron. Interesting. I actually also tried to combine my Expo with a Miner. And as long as they don't expect the Miner, you can really... Either they don't expect the Expo or the Miner. So you can really use this as a surprise. And so I think this may actually work really well with the Expo. Especially in cases where you can't break through with your Expo. Awesome. So one more. Next one we pick. Let's see. 25. 25. 25. That's Milo Asfur. 25. Knight of Fury. Favorite card Lumberjack. I never got friend with the Lumberjack. I don't know. The Lumberjack, it is strong, it is fast. I know. The Bandit. Wow, the Bandit is my enemy at the moment. The Bandit. Every battle I lose has the Bandit in it. It's so hard to stop that guy. If you're only a little bit delayed, you can't stop the Bandit. It's so... Bah! I struggle with the Bandit. So yeah, but this humor is following. That's a good one. I always struggle with the Bandit, so I wanted to say this is probably also a good deck here with all those small units in it. So let's pick two more, 3 more. Okay, 3 more. How many fingers do I have here? 3 more. Lonut Bursa, 3 more. It's Norby, number 50. Number 50, it's Norby. We're gonna do the tournament winner decks afterwards. So number 50, where is it? There. Phoenix Flame, co-leader Norby, and this is his deck. He's one of the E-Barb players. 3.5, it's a good deck, I guess. Level 11 E-Barbs. Awesome. So 2 more. Number 12. Abhishek Neyal. Number 12. Let's go to number 12. 12 is here. Abi. Favorite card Executioner. And he plays, yeah, this one here. Strong one. It's one of the meta decks at the moment. The Hog Rider Executioner Tornado. Nice. Last one. Last one, guys. And then please stop the number spam after this. Last one. Fire Flash. Chief, look at number 61. So we're gonna do you that favor. Number 61. And guys, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Do it. Because at 150 likes we start the tourney and because it's an awesome channel. I guess. So, it's a lot about Clash Royale, a lot of tournaments, and yeah, we just have fun. Okay, 61. Name is... what? Neyron Suarez? I thought it's Fire Flash. Weird. Okay, favorite card Executioner Tornado. That's actually the one I played before the Crown Championship Challenge started. That's exactly the one I played before that. With the Tornado. The Executioner without the Inferno Dragon. And then everybody started adding the Inferno Dragon to the deck. So, maybe we rather try this one here as number 5. So, okay. Okay, that's my new deck number 5. A new deck number 5. And yeah, what else is different here? Ah, it doesn't have the Mega Minion in it. Yes, it does. Inferno Dragon. What's the difference? Spot the difference. Ah, no Ice Wizard. Everybody uses... I can't play without Ice Wizard though. I need the Ice Wizard. That's the problem. That's why I don't use the Execution. But we can replace the Ice Wizard into the deck instead of this guy here. So, and then we can try this. Okay. Do we have 150 likes, guys? I already did the last one, did I? Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's do one more friendly. And let me check those likes. We're on 133, so only 17 more likes to the on the tourney. Lucky start. It wasn't bad. Oh no, wrong positioning. Okay. We got a lock. We got a lock on the tower though. We got a lock on the tower. Whole blocks, thanks for the follow, and Butter Skunk, thanks for the follow too. Shall I start fireballing? In lack of better options? And that the expo just Don't argue. Tim Loba. Welcome, Tim. Password, 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 password. 160 likes, guys. That's amazing. That is amazing. That is amazing. We're #1 again. We're back. We're back. We're back. Eduardo Pichachu. Thanks for the sub. We're back. I hate YouTube. No, I don't hate YouTube, but the sort order of live stream is so annoying. You can have most viewers and still not be on top on YouTube. It's super, 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 super annoying. But yeah, that's what it is. So, okay guys, the password is fire, 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 fire. Set this tourney on fire. Fire is the password. Let's go! I meant let's go! That's one. Let's go! Rock and roll! 117, it's filling up. Mr. Rux, I know this, but when you don't ask... Yeah, you never ask for mod. As soon as we need mods, we'll make loyal viewers mod, but currently we're not looking for mods. And asking is the way not to get mod. JME! So I'm just gonna put on those glasses and lean back a little bit and relax while we're filling the tournament. 153, 154. Usually we close it at 150, but this time we leave it open. Usually we closed it at 150. But this time we leave it open. Hype, hype! Fire is the password. Set the roof on fire. And don't forget to subscribe. It's really easy. And yeah, one thing, guys. One thing I have to tell you. Don't forget this. When you subscribe, also click that little bell. The little bell symbol. Because the bell symbol will make sure that you get notifications when I post a video or when I go live. If you don't tick the bell symbol, you can never be sure that you get notification. YouTube actually says they only send notifications to some of the subscribers, but when you have the bell ticked, all of the subscribers will get it. By the way, let me show you something here. I think this video, I hope it works. I have made a little video in the future that will be in my videos. So let me show you this little video. I hope it works. Yeah, there you go. How to never miss streams. Go to my channel, click the subscribe button if you haven't subbed yet. And then there is this bell symbol. And you gotta click the bell to make sure you get notifications when I'm live or when I post videos. And this is how you do it. And then you're subscribed. And the bell is ticked. I hope everybody saw that. You want to see it again? I kind of like this video. Let me show you once again. This is how you never miss live streams or tournaments or videos. Click the subscribe button on my page. Go to the little bell. Click the bell. And then confirm that you want to get notifications. And then do save. If you don't do this, you can't be sure you're getting all of the notifications, and you may miss live streams or you may be late because YouTube thinks they're not posting it. So, where's Mrs. Scoop? Meta Knight, Jack Lowry, Jesus and Raiders, hey hey. Dan Man, JME. Where's Jinx? I think I've seen Jinx somewhere, but now I can't see her anymore. So, good. Is it full? No, it's not full. The pass is on fire! In honor of Fire Flash, our only mod today. Fire, that's the password. And it's full. So, it's full. That means I'm gonna change the password once more. Right now. Let's switch it. Let's switch the password to something else, so that if people leave, those that stay in the stream, the viewers, they have a chance to join later. So it is changed. Good. Albert Knecht in the house. Hey Albert, long no see. How are you? Albert Knecht. Aditya here. So, who wants to get this tourney started? Let's get ready to rock and roll. But first, there's always a first. There's always a first to let's get started. I don't know. Weird, but true. But first, before we get started, I want to put the time code in the video. Just to make sure that people that watch the replay later on, they can jump to the tournament directly if they only want to see the tournament. So let me check the time. 1 hour, 3 minutes. That's the time. 1 hour, 3 minutes. 1 hour, 3 minutes. Time code. 1 hour, 3 minutes. 00. 2000 gems tournament. And at 5 minutes, yeah, let's just put 5 minutes. We had all those friendly warm up battles. Can you actually say warm up? Is this really English or is this German English? Yeah, and keep liking the video, guys. Keep liking it. We're having fun, are we? Are you having fun? If you're having fun, then like the video. Okay, guys, let's get ready to rumble for this tournament. Let's go. Let's go, go, go. I think all it takes now is pressing the start button. And good luck, everyone. And I'm really curious what the meta is now. The pass has been changed. Okay, start now. Good luck, everyone. Good luck. Good luck. Someone left. So if somebody wants to join, let me know. Let me know if you want to join. If you're not yet in, but you're in the stream and you want to join. And yes, smash that subscribe button, but only once to subscribe. And smash the like button. Stop spamming caps, they say. Albert Knecht. The bot is bad with you. Very strict. See Ninja, thanks for the sub. I want to battle too, but what deck shall I play? This one? Or the mean deck? Let's play this one. Let's play this one. And see. No, the password isn't fire. I changed it. But there is an open spot, so I may change it back. Back to something. The princess, like, really? Oh, a rocket player. Damn it. Certainly not what you want. And we gotta waste a minion on that princess. Dang. Don't like it. But at least it does damage. Okay. Wasn't that bad. Dang, you're pulling me here to this lane. I don't want to be on this lane. Another rocket. Whew. What can we do against the rocket guy? Let's try a conventional attack with our conventional weapons. Dang, she's walking the wrong lane. Again. gets another shot. Damn the princess! That was a fail. I'd call that a fail. Problem is, got to do. Yeah, now he rockets. Yeah. He's faster with the rocket. What can we do? Ah! If we only had a log or a fireball or anything. 57. 57. So we have 2 spots in the tourney, guys. So let me quickly give you a password so you guys can join. That's the password. Let's put it back to fire. It's fire. So you can join with fire. It was a close one though. Albert Knecht, close one. Hey, yeah, that was really close. It was tough. I mean, he can just play rocket, so that's a tough matchup to play. Like, really tough. Ah! Inferno Tower. Ah, dang. Misclicked. I misclicked. But we're still even, don't worry. Another Rocket Inferno Tower player. Vegeta. Vegeta is the name. The pass is changed. That rocket though, whoa, clutch rocket. But it didn't hit the tower. Those logs matter. On the long run, the logs matter. But also this fireball matters. Waste of fireball. Another princess. Damn. Okay, let's do this then. And he counters again with that Inferno Tower. Super annoying. Oh! What a misplaced, a horrible placed tornado. Yeah, that's good game. It's really difficult to win those matchups. Don't ask for the pass. I'm a bot. What? The best. What? So, I gotta switch back, I guess. It's time to switch back after 2 battles to the Mean Boy deck. I beat Awesome GG. Damn, man. Lucas plays. Let's go. The password is fire. Fire. Whenever I start on the right, I lose. I don't know what it is, but it's true. It's really true. Whenever I start right lane, I lose. Ah, rocket guy. Yeah, now I wish I had the tornado. You never have what you need. Would be nice to have the tornado. Let's give him just some time here. Yeah, he rockets my expo again. Just waiting. Just waiting. Balloon though. Very bad. And I misplaced that Mega Minute there, but luckily the game was over already. Well played. Clash with Cam. Lucas plays MC. What are you talking about? The password is fire. It's fire. That's why it's full. I should change it again. 5 subs in 3 minutes. Awesome. William Bender. Hey, don't abuse power. Nobody abuse power. Be respectful, yes. But don't ban people. I don't mind if people ask for password. Don't ban them for that. I don't care. I know for the mods it can be very annoying if everybody asks for the password, but I don't care. I mean, if you're new, like Katza, he just asked for the password. That's okay. The password is fire. Fire. Everybody be nice. I think somehow this rule not to ask for the password always produces so much anger. I hate this game, says Jack Lower. Yeah, sometimes I totally tilted yesterday. I couldn't believe I'm not making it to at least 12. This was so horrible. Next one! Next one! Lucas plays! MC! Hey, hey! Okay, let's go. Let's play. Let's do the let's play. I have to start left lane. It's just bad luck when I start other lane. I don't know. All I said was humans control tech. Didn't mean disrespect. Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry. Everything's fine. We're still friends. Giant players. So every single time I play the Expo, he'll face that giant in my face. And then he plays that balloon. Ah, it's too late. Damn it. It's too late! That didn't work out as planned. That was a waste. A waste. No, not a series. A waste. Yeah, I don't know if you feel like a waste series, but that's not what I said. Yeah, we couldn't do much. I mean, just how it is. Really tough matchup here against the giant, and especially that Electro Wizard is super bad. The only good card I have is Lava Hound. Anyone knows a good Lava Hound deck? Problem is everybody knows that I'm playing now. They all play those decks. The Lumberjack deck. Don't look. I don't really play Lava Hound. It's been a while since I played the Lava Hound, to be honest. It is. Why does deployment take so horrible long? It takes so long. Unbelievable. It was like hovering over the ground for minutes. No, for seconds. Deployment took so long. Horrible. One, two. Okay. Same thing. Same thing again. Damn it. Does deployment take so long? Then they're already there. Just my cards are in the wrong order. I can't count the bats. Stop the spam. See how that P.E.K.K.A hovers in the air for 2 seconds before it finally deploys? Oh no, now it didn't deploy at all. I clicked the lightning and it doesn't deploy. Yeah, this was a horrible game. Deployments didn't work. Second position, cool. Josh and Santiago, hey. That was a horrible game. I click cards and they don't deploy, like, dang. Like when I click the log and it hovers in the air for 2 seconds before it finally deploys, it's like kicking you in the ass, you know? Like the game kicks you in the ass. You have enough elixir, you want to deploy the log and it just hovers in the air for 2 seconds. And then your tower's down and the expo is locked. There's basically nothing you can do. What can you do? Nothing. That's what you can do. We're gonna wait. Can I join your clan? My clan is full, usually. I don't know, none of those decks works today. How the heck did he kill my executioner? How could he kill my executioner? Good evening. Bye bye, Fireflash. Bye bye. Bye bye. So none of those work. None of those work. It's like in the Crown Championship. Matchups and decks and starting decks. Such a big impact on outcome. Oh, maybe we just play the boring expo. Let's see. On this one. Or shall we play Lava Hound? It's been a while that we played Lava Hound. Good night, Fire. Thanks for being here. Do you speak Hungarian? No. It's Beats headphones. No, I don't speak Hungarian. Unfortunately, not at all. Yeah, we have to take some of the damage over there. But we're closer to total destruction of his King Tower. Very risky play there by him. See? Dang! That's one of the fastest battles. The password is fire. The password is fire. Pushing 2 lanes, splitting up and not defending Lava Hound. I don't know. Oh. Guys, I'm a bit tired. Oh, it was a long night yesterday. So, who is leading in the tournament? Let's check. Let's check the leaders for a moment. This guy here, I can't read the name. Something. Let's watch him. Let's watch what he's doing. The password is fire. Fire. That's the password. So, the guy we don't know the name drops a Goblin Bear. I'm actually curious if the meta in the tournament is the same as, for example, in the Crown Championship. So I'm really curious what the top 10 decks will be. I would probably also make a YouTube video. What I've noticed so far is the bandits. The bandits totally rule the game. And battle rams are still very popular, apparently. You don't let me join your clan, I'm finding another clan. Lucas plays MC. My clan is full, I guess. I think my clan is full. That's why you can't join. Because it's full. That's a nice fireball. That's an awesome fireball. And Lucas plays. Thanks for the sub, by the way. Watch me, I'm beast mode down. Beast mode down. And Nightwitch. So, let's watch. This is currently number 1, and he's playing a Rocket Princess. A Zap Bait deck. He's playing the Zap Bait. Okay, and that seems to work really well here for him. Maybe I should try this. I don't like to play it, honestly. And the reason why, I know it's strong, but I usually don't play it. And the reason is it's so fast. And when you're streaming, it's so difficult to play a fast deck. But that was nice how he took that tower. And there's the fireball on the tower. That tower is almost destroyed. You should try a P.E.K.K.A. 4 musketeer deck, yeah. I've seen that many times. The Flash. Ghost Scope. Beast Mode 1 is a beast. There's the next P.E.K.K.A. and he also plays the Inferno Tower for the P.E.K.K.A. What does he do if he has that bat spam? So that seems to be an awesome deck he's playing here. There's also the Bandit. And he stops the Bandit with the, the Goblin Gang. But he just lost the tower. And now he's in... No, he's not in trouble actually. He's still ahead. There's the Night Witch defending. Whoa, look at that Goblin Bear. Prince push there. Night push. Prince push. Night push. Wow. There's 48 people in the clan, really? Let me check. Let me check. Usually we don't accept requests during the live stream, but We're gonna make an exception here. There you go. Avalon will play this deck. So we've seen how to play it. Now I'm gonna show you how not to play it. Okay, let's go. Let's go. What was that?
Let's go.
So much spam. Okay. That means we got his bandit killed. Why is one of them going for the tower? Okay, maybe that wasn't such a smart thing to do. Kill him. Come on. Okay. Bandit. I told you guys, the bandit is DVIP at the moment. I know, the bandit dashes into everything. And it's so difficult to stop that bandit. Yeah, we're one tower behind anyways, you know. Well played. Bye, I'm finding another stream. Okay, bye bye. I've been a new subscriber, Kirim Kavak. Thanks for the sub. New subscriber, welcome. The password is fire, but it may be full now. Lucas Plays, thanks for ignoring me. I read your comments many times. Thanks for listening. The password is fire, but it's full. Maybe I'll switch it. Let's switch the password. Go change it. So if somebody leaves, that we have another spot in the tournament and you have a chance to join later on. There you go. There you go. You look like the James Bond actor. Look like the James Bond act. Can I switch back? Yeah, there you go. Okay, let's play it a bit more serious. Let's try to find the deck. This was just this one here. I played it for the first time. As I said, I don't like to play it because it's so fast. It's so fast. I don't like to play it. I say we go with this now. Let's try this. Actually, I kind of like beatdown decks. Yeah, next time I hopefully have arrows. Remember, keep arrows for the minion horde. I gotta remember that. Remember. I'm gonna pump. I'm just gonna pump. Yeah. Arrows down there, really? Not a good game. This is one of those cases where just the start deck decides who wins. You can't do much. I didn't even have pump or anything. I just had 4 cards I can't use to start with. Tracy! Hey! Hey, Tracy! Lucas plays, I'm on something. Yeah, feel free to do whatever you like. If you don't like the content or if you're just here for tournaments, unsub, go for it. Just go for it. So, let's try this again. That was horrible. It's about the content, not the tourney. If you don't like the content, feel free. There's enough streamers out there. Probably they don't host tournaments, but then if you're just here for tourneys, it's wrong anyways. So. Oh, it's actually not doing anything. That expo though. Finally going for the Ice Wizard. And the expo died. Oh man, just a second. Dang, he got 1 hit. Okay. I'll be pump. I'm here to help and watch, whatever you do, Avalon. Tracy, thank you. Ghost Scoped, hey. Okay, another golem, please. He doesn't have the expo right now. Yes, he does, shit. Oh, I shouldn't say the bad word. 432 subs. That's cool. That's awesome. It's a big luck. You have to be in the first because it gets harder. The longer it takes, the harder it gets. So it's actually for those that don't work and have time to play during the day, it's easier because they misclicked. Because they can play it early on, and in those challenges it's always best to play like really early. It's easier earlier. Later on all the pros will try, and then also the decks are not a surprise anymore. Everybody knows the decks. So if you can't start immediately, and that's what we've seen here, it becomes very difficult. I think it's still worth to protect this expo a little bit longer. Well played. That was a tough matchup, yeah. And then with Avagirl lurking beside me. Doesn't make it easier. Not really. Finally, we got him killed. Did we get a sub? Didn't see it. Okay, let's play it over here. He's desperate. Same procedure, next tower. He's desperate because he's gotta get that tower. Well played. Well played. The tourney is full, yeah, I think so. Fidget spins for 1k at Tracy's channel. Cool. Everybody's in the tourney. Next one. Yeah, 20 wins is really hard. 20 wins is really hard. I always said I'm about medium level player, so like in maybe in the top 40%, and so only here it's like the top 5% or so will make it. So oh, not there. There, please. It's one of those guys. One of those. Fireball, please. Butigao. Thanks for the follow. One of the E-bar brushers. And Azir, thanks for the follow. I'm so sure that he plays another Inferno Tower into my face. Ah, even worse. You can't get there. Impossible. Then he does that chip. Holy cow. How did they just kill my Ice Wizard? It's no fun playing against those all defensive guys with the Inferno Tower. Yeah, that's what I mean by bad matchups. It needs too much effort to beat those guys. I'm not in the mood to do that. We did friendly battles at the start. I'm not really in the mood to fully go into it because I spent so much energy in the Crown Championship and now I'm more in a relaxed mood. Just playing. Where's the expo? What do? We don't even have the expo. I'm probably the guy with least luck in the game. I don't know. When did I have the expo in the perfect starting deck? Yeah, I think the mini P.E.K.K.A is a nice addition to the deck. Nice how that mini... Oh, I'm not even on the screen. It's nice how that mini P.E.K.K.A rushes there. Well, he's definitely trying to poison my tower. Good game. 3 chests. Awesome, Tracy. Awesome, Tracy. 37 trophies. That's a lot. This guy must have had a lot of trophies before we fought. Yeah, he had 126 trophies. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I beat you. I played this one too serious. I'm sorry I beat you. This guy had a lot of trophies before I beat him. Bye Quadrix. Team Loba. PG. Team Loba. Bye Quadrix. That was you? No. That was Emilio. That was Emilio. Emilio. That's the name. That's just how you do it. It's kind of boring, but yeah. I mean... Oh! That was unfortunate. But at least we hit the prince. So yeah, he's gonna rocket every one of our expos. What can we do? What can we do? If he rockets all of our expos, what can we do? Ah, we're gonna try the trick. But first you gotta get rid of those guys. And then we're gonna try the trick. The dirty trick. Oh, damn it! Why does deployment take so long? Come on! Did you see how this guy hovered over the ground again, like for 2 seconds, and that's why his rocket hit our P.E.K.K.A? Damn it. That's how his rocket hit us. Damn it. Okay, that's worth it. I got confused here with the cards. GG! Ah, am Anfang. Okay. Okay. I gotta chill a bit. I'm too stressed out. So, let's watch some. 3 minutes to go. This guy is still on top, guys. He's still on top. Everybody now has rocket because of the expo. And you only meet those guys in Crown Championship that already know what the decks are that are played. And so it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard Is he gonna rocket the expo again? Yeah, there you go. He's got the rocket ready. But at least he can't use the rocket for the tower. I mean, that's a good strategy. Just to use the expo. So he can't rocket the tower. But these are so boring matches then. Because you have to defend. You have to keep your cards basically. I don't play for draws. Maybe I should start playing for draws more. Like then you just wait and keep the cards. Defend. Here basically he always has to keep his battle ram ready and drop the expo to bait out the rocket. And then whoever did more chip damage will win or it's a draw. But it seems to work here for the guy with the letters. I can't read those letters. There's the next expo. He's trying to outcycle his rocket. I'm curious if it works. Oh, he's playing a goblin barrel, but he had the lock. Yeah, and he's locked. He's locked to the tower. Uh-oh, that was bad luck. He didn't play the rocket this time, he outcycled him. And there's the fireball, and dang! Just the moment we watch it, he lost. Wow. Wow. But he's still number one. But close now, 300, it's 43 seconds. So let's watch Kazuo. Kazuo. In this last battle here, let's watch them. Yeah, guys, tomorrow I planned my last of the... Actually, I planned it Friday. The last of the USA travel vlogs. But I'm not finished yet. I was playing too long yesterday and I got up really late today. And so I couldn't finish it yet. Because I wanted to stream too. Where are you from, Avalon? I'm from Switzerland, Shankar. And Sass97, thanks for the sub. Yeah, guys. Thank you so much for the sub. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. We're gonna have more tournaments again. Of course. But also fun stuff like when we just played the Crown Championship. So today it will be a shorter stream because I streamed 4 hours yesterday. And I'm so tired today. And yeah, and I want to finish that last travel vlog video from the US. I want to finish that one. Either tomorrow morning or tonight. So we're gonna end after the tournament, but don't leave yet. That's only about 30 minutes. You can't stay here. So Kazuo, he plays that meta deck. And for him it worked really nice here. 88 isn't bad. No, absolutely not. It's good. You didn't watch me, says Dan Man. Oh. Which place are you at? 18th place, that's amazing. It's Norby. See, he just drops Inferno Dragon there and it works perfectly. And whenever I try that, my Inferno Dragon just dies. Very quickly. I'm doing exactly the same thing. Or this, look at this, the Inferno Dragon defending against the balloon. I try the same thing, it never works. It never works when I try this. Nice fireball. Password, it's over. The turn is almost over. I was messing around with log bait. Ah, okay. Now, check him. He plays the... Yeah, there's the Electro Wizard. That's his Electro Wizard, though. He's playing a slight variation actually of the deck with the Electro Wizard instead of the Ice Wizard. And Dark Brown Gamer, thanks for the sub. Woo! Awesome, thank you so much. Now I'm curious, I don't think he can stop that balloon. Yeah, that's what happens to me usually. See, you can't stop the balloon. Dang, that's game. Will you add me as a friend? What do you mean? By the way, do friends, does anybody know, do friends get deleted automatically or what is that? Because I may have lost friends in Facebook, in Clash Royale. I think it's only displaying the Facebook friends, so I don't know, do we lose friends? So... Chief Xemi, wherever you are. What the heck? Let me quickly check this. Oh, we gotta record the top 10 decks, but for that I gotta switch something quickly. Or remove this text here. So Azix is the winner of the tournament. Congrats Azix for winning the tournament. We're gonna show you the top 10 decks as always, and I'm gonna record this as a short video without the music though. But I gotta check if my iPad has enough battery now that I could record, because I cannot, or I just record this. No, I will record from the iPad. It's better. It's better to record from the iPad. So let's connect the iPad quickly. So, okay, be nice everyone! Why did I just disconnect it? That was stupid. Let's reconnect. I'm not gonna stream it to Twitter though. What I will do is I will make a top 10 YouTube video out of this. So, let's quickly check if this connects. For that I need this screen here. And we gotta check this. Yep, there you go. We gotta start Clash Royale on my iPad that I use for recording. There you go. And we're gonna switch off the music for this. And also mark it in the video. There's the music, and we need the time code. Time code. Time is 2 hour 10 minute 20. 2 hour 10 minute 30. 2 hour 10 minute 30. 2 hour 10 minute 30. 2 hour 10 minute. Let's just call it 11 minutes. There you go. Top 10 decks. Okay. I'm ready. Let's get this recorded. And you know it, guys. We have a recording screen. That's a recording screen. It looks a little bit different because it doesn't have the chat on it. Will there be another tournament? Not today, but probably next live stream. But I'm gonna show you the top 10 decks. So, here's the tourney. And we're gonna record it. Start recording. Okay. So, this. Shall we stream it to Twitter? No, not today. I'm just recording it and then it will be on YouTube. So, we just finished my first tournament, the 2000 Champs tournament with the new meta. And I'm gonna show you the top 10 decks of this tournament, and maybe there's something for you that you can use in one of the next tournaments you play in. And if you're generally interested in Clash Royale, there is a lot of Clash Royale stuff on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on those notifications so that you get a notification when a tournament or a live stream starts. So, number 10 is Chief Xemi. And Chief Xemi, he's at 4,888, 188 trophies. Favorite card, Electro Wizard. And yeah, this is the deck he plays. Goblin Barrel Hog Rider, that's number 10. Do you guys remember when all we've seen was Battle Ram Night Witch? So I expect this time it's gonna be very different. So this is number 10. Then number 9, Yannick. Yannick, 4,491 trophies, favorite card Rocket. And he's using a Zap Bait deck with Goblin Barrel Princess. If it wasn't so much stress to play these kind of decks, I would play one of those. But it's so much stress. Okay, then number 8. Dajari, well played. 4,180 trophies, Dajari. And this is the deck. Minor Poison. So pretty much what we know already, what the meta is, we've seen here in the decks. It's pretty much the meta decks. But so far, no Night Witch. Next one. That was Dajari, if I'm right. Yep. The next one, Kazuo. Kazuo played an awesome tournament here. Favorite card, Expo. And he played this Expo deck. It's almost the current meta Expo deck, except he plays the Electro Wizard instead of the Ice Wizard. And he was actually third in the tournament until his last battle. So really a great deck to play. Then number 6, Combat Ray. Combat Ray played Electro with his favorite card, and he also plays one of the popular meta decks, No Night Witch, P.E.K.K.A. Hog Rider. Very strong deck. One of the decks, yeah, I tried. I struggle a bit with the P.E.K.K.A, but it's an awesome deck. All the Hog Rider decks actually do really great. So that is Combat Ray, and then number 5. That's him. Number 5, favorite card Goblin Barrel. He lost his last battle. He was number 1 for almost all of the tournament and then lost the last battle. But this is the deck he played, also the Zap Bait Goblin Barrel deck. Then Skull Crusher, number 4. Skull Crusher, number 4. Minor Poison. No Night Witch. Night Witch seems to be dead in the tournament. I don't know. That's number 4. Now we come to the top 3 decks of this awesome 2000 Gems tournament. Number 3. Deckless Champ. It's not true though. He had a deck. So he played Bandit. The Bandit P.E.K.K.A minor deck. Wow. 3.4. And this definitely is one of the decks I struggle with. The Minor recently is one of the very strong cards. The Minor is so tough to stop. So really strong deck in my opinion. But he's number 3. Small difference though on the top. Then Neon! Neon Ghost! A long time viewer of mine. Neon Ghost, number 2. Neon played Hog Rider and also played this deck. Isn't that exactly the same deck? Hog Rider and P.E.K.K.A deck. Let's check number 3 again. Is it the minor too? No, it's got Hog. So it's slightly different. Find the differences. So that's number 2. And now we're all curious for number 1 deck. Number 1 of today's tournament is Azix. And he played a Golem deck. Night Witch! Isn't that unbelievable? Guys, nobody in the top 10 played Night Witch except number 1. But you also have to notice that he became number 1 in the very last match. Before that, other guys were number 1. So, and he also has the Bandit, which is very strong. So those are the top decks in the meta at the moment. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more awesome videos, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like on my video for more awesome Clash Royale content. Thanks. Have an awesome day. Don't go yet. That was just for the video. Don't leave yet. I just recorded this for the video. So, stop recording. That's the top 10 decks. What do you guys think about those decks? Now, we gotta get back. Gotta get back to this. There you go. That's the top 10 decks. What do you guys think about those top 10 decks? ChiefAvalon OP. I was not losing. Ray, ¿Quién habla español? I could have got first place, but had to do something. Cool. Combat Ray. So for me, it was really surprising that number 1 is Nightwitch again. That was a big surprise. But besides that, almost no Nightwitches anymore. They completely died out. No more Nightwitches. That's weird. Okay. Ray, thanks for the sub, Ray. Sub, Ray. Ray, thanks for the sub, Ray. And Eric Perez, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I was just distracted here. So this will be on my YouTube, you know it. The remarks, there you go. Because I want to upload it pretty fast. And this is top 10 decks. Top 10 decks in the new meta. Sometimes it's so easy to make a new video. Like, we just made it. We just made a new video. So, bang. And you all were there. You were all part of the action. There you go. Dang. Okay, guys. We gotta end. We gotta end. I lost every battle. At the last moment I won a battle. Hector Clash Bonilla. Hello. Farah, thanks for the follow. I lose all. I lost many. But yeah, I wasn't playing as tough as I tried in the Crown Championship. I will try the Crown Championship tomorrow. I'm not sure I'll stream it, probably not. Tomorrow's family day. Have you plans for tomorrow, guys? Do you have plans? Anyone? And what do you think about the outcome of those top 10 decks? The new meta. Let's quickly switch this. Let's put this stuff away. And switch back to this. And then Hector. Still, I lose a lot. No more Heyday news, Avalon, but there'll be Supercell news. Cool. Losing the tournament. Super Borgschuss, thanks for the follow. So, yeah, as I said, I gotta end the stream after this small chit chat. Because tomorrow is family. And I gotta finish the video for tomorrow. I haven't finished yet, so either now or tomorrow morning. And I hope you're gonna watch all of those 20. It's 20 US videos. 20 videos from our visit in the US. Jordan, thanks for the follow. Yeah, that's what it is. Tracy, thinking of a tourney on Tuesday. Cool. So nobody has an opinion to the new meta. No opinions. Let's see what's on TV Royale. That's the battle here on TV Royale. Yeah, after this Crown Championship is over, I will probably start playing ladder again. Ghost Scoped. There are more tournaments? Not today, but there is more tournaments. Sup? Let me stop this for a moment. For all of those who don't know, this is how you do it. If you don't want to miss tournaments, there's an easy way to do it. Check this video. Check out this video. You go to my channel, click subscribe, but that's not it. Also, click the little bell sign. And then you get this here, and that tells you that you get all the notifications, and save this, and this is how it should look in the end. And then you're sure you get notifications whenever I go live, when I post a video, because otherwise YouTube will not always send notifications. Okay. I think they're good decks, but what deck should I use for Arena 8? I have a Graveyard, Ice Wizard and Miner. And Inferno. I would not use the Graveyard. I think the Graveyard is a bit off meta now. I would definitely use the Ice Wizard. The Ice Wizard has become really strong. I also like his mechanics, how he plays right now. And the Inferno Dragon. I would definitely use Ice Wizard and Inferno Dragon. They're in almost every deck. If you leveled up your Golem or Giant, I would use Beatdown. I kind of prefer Beatdowns, but honestly, I was more successful with Mortar decks, and it's a big advantage. You can level up the Mortar pretty fast, while the Expo is more difficult to level up. All right, Gwen Houghton 99. Hey, and Sergeant Horst. Please say Alfie is... No. He's a nice guy, I guess. I use Golem. So what do they play? This is on TV Royale. What I noticed is there is a lot of E-Barbs and a lot of Royal Giants at the moment. In tournaments. Not in tournaments, in challenges. I play classic challenges, I play grand challenges a lot. There's a lot of E-Barbs at the moment. Hector Clash Bonilla, thank you so much. So, this guy here playing Giant. Guys, there is a funny story. I was trying something today, and I was playing in the training arena. In this training arena, and it was so hard. I didn't get it. Why is it so difficult in that training arena? Until I noticed that all the cards of the trainer are max level, and that makes it really hard if you're not max level. It was basically just dropping cards, and it was really hard to win. Thijs Roast, are you Dutch? Sounds like a Dutch name. Thank you. And My Life, thanks for the follow. Hey, we got a lot of followers today. Great one. And there the match is over. Very close one. So probably on ladder they still play a lot of E-Barbs. How old are you, Andreas Rosenhoff? It's not something I answer. But old enough. You know, age is, yeah, actually I'm really tired, so I can't say that. But age is just, I don't believe in age. This camera is somehow wrong. That's better. So guys, thank you all so much for being here. Really love my Ava fam. And I hope you enjoyed this tournament, and we'll be back on Monday with another awesome live stream, and I hope you guys be there. You know how to do it now. Turn on those notifications by selecting the bell. And see you guys then. Thanks for being here. Have an awesome weekend with your families, with your loved ones. Enjoy it. See you next time. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.
Dreamers are all here. We could change your mind. They say you're only young ones, but we live for, we die for, we live for forever. They say you're only young ones, but we live for, we live for, we live for forever. We can dream all night till the sun rises. They say you're only young ones, but we live for, we die for, we live for forever. We live for forever. We live for forever. I tried to fight, oh